For 8 years, he lied, abused, tricked, manipulated, and gaslit me till there was nothing left but a shell of who I used to be. I always knew something was wrong. I felt it in my brain. I couldn't think the way I had before. I no longer felt the way I had for the prior 30 years. I was gone, and only he remained, demanding, yelling, telling me I was the one that needed to change. This last year, I've been trying to pick up the pieces of my life after leaving Ryan Manley, after spending 8 years with him. We spent every day together. For years, he slowly changed everything that made me me, convinced me that who I was a nothing, an idiot, a bitch. And please hear me when I say this. Before I met Ryan Manley, I had my issues, don't get me wrong. But in my 30 years of life, up till then, the words used to describe who I was, bitch, was not one of them. Those who knew me before and would I spend my time desperately trying to remember the Jamie I used to be. No, I was not a bitch. I was not an idiot. I was not a cunt. It's the craziest existence going through life, having no idea what's truly happened to you, but remembering enough to know it hasn't always been this way. You haven't always felt this way. Having someone you've convinced yourself you love and is right. Oh man, the things your mind goes through to protect you. I remember the first one, and after realizing how much I convinced myself I was happy and everything was okay. Oh my gosh, the first one. Do you remember him? The one who limited my toilet paper consumption. He was child's play compared to Ryan. Brian actually loved me. Brian actually liked me. Ryan never liked me, and looking back, I can see it. Looking back, I see how it all really played out. Everyone was right. I didn't have one person in my life who liked or agreed with my relationship with Ryan. In the beginning, they tried, but after he beat the hell out of me 6 months in, he sealed his fate with my family. Oh, how hard my dad and my sisters fought to keep me safe, to try to wake me up. My dad and sister are gone now, but I'd like to think that I've made them proud. My dad's exact words was he was using me for sex, money, and a babysitter. The only thing my dad left out was all the money and medication that he would steal from me and what he was really after. Leaving, or should I say staying gone, wasn't hard. Literally every minute, every second spent with him was pure hell. So literally any situation was better. I remember showing my old best friend I ran into days after I left, showing her our text conversations and asked me, is this normal? Is this the domestic violence, emotional abuse I've been reading about? Her exact words were, no woman, no human being deserves to be spoken to or treated the way this man has treated you. Here I am, a little over a year later, in a horrible custody battle with a man who was so clearly dangerous. When I left, I knew I had years of evidence of the abuse, but I had no idea the stuff that he was going to pull over the next year that would honestly really help me prove what this man is capable of. Literally days after I left, I got a protective order. It was broken before they could even enter it into the system. They charged him with 2 third-degree felonies with a prior from a domestic violence issue with his ex-wife. And we've been in court for the last year. A few weeks ago, I was a witness for the preliminary hearing where the judge decided that there was enough evidence to charge him. In the protective order, they had safety provisions, 150-day domestic violence kind of get your stuff together period where he was not allowed to file for custody. It's basically so you can get your ducks in a row and figure everything out. 15 days after the protective order was final, him and his corrupt attorney filed for custody. I received the custody petition, but knowing that I had custody till March 1st, 2025, and here it was November 2024, I didn't do anything with it. I didn't think I had to, and in all reality, if everything would have worked out according to the law, everything would have been fine. If you wouldn't have had an attorney that would do this, what I'm about to tell you, I would have been fine. They did not serve me with any other paperwork except for the initial custody petition. They later had it defaulted, made it look like I just didn't show up, and he won custody by default in February. Within a couple of weeks, they were back in court trying to get the cops to forcibly remove my son from my care, all while keeping in mind I didn't even know that custody had been changed. I didn't find out until May when I hired my lawyer what they had been doing behind the scenes. Me and my lawyer successfully was able to throw out the custody agreement based on fraud. I don't know if he ruled it based on fraud, but he ruled it based on multiple reasons, and the best, what's the word I'm looking for? Was the best interest of the child. And let me tell you, I didn't know this going in, but it is extremely hard to win a 60B motion. 10 to 20% win these, and I think it's like 20 to 30% if you have good evidence, you win them. So it's extremely hard to overturn something like this, and I was able to win on multiple reasons, including the best interest of a child. We're now working on more of a permanent custody order because after throwing out the custody decree, it's kind of like up in air. There's no like official thing saying I have it or he has it. The criminal trial is still underway. Oh, I forgot almost the best part. I was receiving child support, half of what I should have been receiving for the months of, I think like October, November 2024. But the minute he hired his new lawyer, him and his family conspired and he started being paid under the table of his brother's construction company. This means so many things. Child support fraud. He did this so that he could have thousands and thousands of dollars at his disposal to pay a lawyer, and so that I had no child support to pay for my child, for normal stuff, or to even defend myself. He knows what he's done to me. He knows where my head's been at and how hard it's been to support us. I've been able to pull it off, but not without owing my attorney a lot of money, and I need help, and I'm still trying to figure all that out. I turned them into ORS and IRS, and I'm just really hoping something can be done because this is not okay. I know I'm not the only person that this has happened to. I know I'm not the only one out there literally struggling to function every single day. My life feels like I've taken a sleeping pill and haven't slept, but still trying to function. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that, but I sure have. And I just have this heaviness that literally makes everything I need to do that much harder. They put you in such a coma fog that makes you feel like you have brain damage. And what's the scariest of all is that you haven't always been this way, and you know something has happened to you, but you can't figure it out, and you don't know how to get back to where you were before. It's been hell, but I can honestly say that the woman I'm becoming is someone I am very proud to be. A mama bear fierce to protect her and her child. And I will fight for what's right and the truth for any other woman or man or child who is experiencing this injustice. How the courts work is just crazy. I have so much overwhelming evidence of domestic violence, but I've still had to prove that I'm not just one of those mothers trying to keep the father from the child out of revenge. It's not what's happening here. My number one goal is to not let one more traumatizing thing happen to my child. My child was mirroring his father's behavior. I'm not going to keep quiet about what's been done to me or my child. This is my first video of what's happened to me. I will bring awareness and do everything in my power to stop men like Ryan Manley. Thank you for listening. Please, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get to them in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.